Hello, the internet. Saffron here, going back into a summer with the Shiba Inu. And the last episode, we were re-challenged by Ayu, and it kind of went down the same way as it did, like, the previous like their initial challenge. You know, so now we're back in the real world, and Sid is lying on her side because apparently she like doing these things again is bad. It's tiring. All right, so anyway, I'm lying on my right side. I almost wish I hadn't woken up because I am drenched in chilling sweat. Sid, I know you're awake. God. I feel a firm shake on my shoulder. Okay, I'm waking up. Ayu looms over me. The first thing I notice is her ragged and exhausted appearance. I want to make a quip, but I probably look the same, if not worse. Hey. My voice is a croak, but I'm unable to muster anything louder. Phew, just checking that you're alive. I'm not so cold-hearted to leave you in the street. You know what? You deserved the wind. I should have known you'd pull that bait-and-switch strategy again with those Akitas. I don't have the energy to respond, but she looks at me intently. She knows I'm listening. I was watching from the rocks. You've changed somehow. I wasn't expecting you to just run. The Sid I knew was ruthless to the core and would never have done that. So there might be hope for you after all. She gives me one more poke on the shoulder, more like a kick than anything, though. By the way, she turns away and raises a paw in farewell. I forgive you. With that, she makes her exit. I knew I shouldn't have wandered off looking for a shortcut. Whatever the Tap clan is, I hope they don't cause me any more trouble. If Ayu is one of their bosses and she has no more quarrel with me, they should leave me alone. I watch her head out the alleyway, her footsteps heavy, her shadow stretched with the light. Then she's gone. I lie there, my eyes not really focusing on anything. I feel left for dead. I whisper, but there's no one to respond. It's a while before I finally am able to gather the strength to stagger upright. The world teeters. All right, Sid, time to go home. They still haven't explained what prod dogs are. And whatever tag is. Like, they're introducing all these elements, but they're not really explaining what they are. The next day. Oh, this is a new setting. I gingerly open the gates that leads to the building. Oh, Obsidian Rock Industry. And this too, you know, this was the clue to finding her brother. Xue-la and I cut through the huge grounds. It seems lovingly maintained, but I get the feeling that not many dogs use this space for enjoyment. There was no one checking for visitors at the gate, nor was there security on the grounds. The building looms over us as we approach. It's an older style building, much like the retro tea shop in the restaurant Max took me to. Red brick gives the building a distinct look, with arches lining the balcony. We pass under the entrance arch. Wow, if your brother owns a space here, he must have really pulled some strings, eh? Probably. Although we don't know, the clue could be in someone else's office. Tall wooden doors block our way, which I pull on. They swing open. I guess the grounds are technically open to the public, but I doubt any dog would dare step inside. The atmosphere is intimidating, to say the least. Hello, esteemed dogs. Oh! Hi? There's a wooden booth with only a window opening that we could see through. It reminds me of a box office stand. A dog peers out. My apologies for the interruption, but it's my duty to check the authorization of dogs that come through here. Right. Don't worry, I got this. All right, Xue-la, you get it. Xue-la trots up to the window, pulling out her pendant. I believe you'll find this sufficient. She shows it to the dog and he nods. Thank you and welcome. The elevators are ahead and to the left. Please enjoy your stay. Thanks. They just let him in. Sure. We head to the elevator. I don't know if I should bother asking Xue-la if she uses her rank rights often. There's no point being upset about it. Like I told Max yesterday, I shouldn't be imposing my beliefs on others. What to say? Do you ever feel bad? What do you think about rank rights? It kind of... well, let's see what she thinks. Maybe she probably thinks it's okay if she just does it. Wonderful. It took me 13.34 seconds. I should just sit on a question for a while and see how long it takes. Maybe they just decide for you eventually. Hey, Q. Yeah? What do you think about rank rights? Let me guess, you have some opinion on what I did just now, right? Well, yeah, apparently. Yes, you've read me like an open book. Sometimes I wonder what using rank rights means to me. I usually end up feeling regretful, even if the results are what I wanted. Well, sometimes you just have to use it. I do take into account what outcome I am aiming for. What if we could have entered the building another way? You didn't even try anything else. If what you're trying to get at is that I went straight to using my rank rights, you're wrong. My consideration is that, say we managed to sneak in, the possibility of getting caught later is still high. In that case, one of us might still have to resort to using rank rights to escape. So if there's a high chance of having to use rank rights down the line, it saves a lot of time to use it at the beginning. In other words, going from a 90% probability that we'd have to use our rank rights to 100% isn't a large jump. So we might as well use it and save all the additional inconvenience of getting caught in the first place. All right, that makes sense. Skip the middleman. I can understand that. You don't seem fully convinced. Look, I don't prefer using rank rights before anything else, but I do think carefully about it, and it's not for every situation. Not for every situation. Many dogs say that, and it ends up being a slippery slope. All of a sudden, getting some lower ranked dog to run your errands could be a justifiable situation. I see your point, but you're thinking too much. Sounds like you're really trying to demonstrate some moral high ground here, like you're trying to make me feel guilty. Kind of. I know it seems hypocritical that I'm against using rank rights, seeing as I work so hard to get my own rank. But I really just wanted to not answer to any dog, not to actively bend other dogs to my will. And that is your own choice to make, which I respect. Why do I feel like you have this conversation with many dogs? You talk about this to Max too, eh? I guess it's that obvious. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound accusatory or anything. I'll stop now. That would be nice. Her voice is curt, the first time I've heard it like that. Huh. I gulp. I have to contain myself. It's been a decade's worth of pent-up thoughts, but it's not fair to make Kui Li listen to me rant on and on. We step out of the elevator. Obsidian rock. What will I find, I wonder? There's a simple door and a nondescript sign that says Obsidian rock. I wiggle the doorknob. It's locked. Well, did he leave you any secret key? Some last parting gift? I don't think so. I guess it won't be that easy. But if it's his space, I could get away with breaking in. Now, Miss Featherbearer. Are you sure we don't have any other options? Like maybe I could use my rank rights on the dog downstairs and get the keys? She's being passive aggressive. No, we don't have to do that. I'll claim that my brother shares his property with me. If there's any trouble and we do involve the dog downstairs, he'll be blamed because of his lower rank. I think with either method, you'd be the one in trouble. Getting another dog to take the blame could give you a way out of it. Yeah, that doesn't seem right, you know? I just really try not to use other dogs now, be it with rank rights or any other methods. Yeah, I can tell. Except isn't he using Kui Li? In a sense? Anyway, sorry, that came out harsh. Well, to me, your brother's just another dog, and you seem perfectly happy to be illegally trespassing on his property. He's the one that led us here. He must have wanted me to get in by any means necessary. And why is he just another dog to Kui Li? Then why is she looking for him? What's her goal in this? I mean, without getting other dogs involved, Kui Li doesn't argue any further, just shrugs. Look, I know you suggested getting the keys from the dog downstairs only to keep me out of trouble, so thank you. Best to let her comment about using rank rights slide. I might have hit a nerve earlier. She was just trying to help and I kept accusing her. Maybe I'll just smash this door in. I'll do it, I'm larger. This'll be no issue. She's all for breaking in now. No, it's okay. I'll use the feather. You don't need to risk it on my account. The bearer of the feather has a right to alter reality. And if the reality is that the door is unlocked, so it would be. I twist the doorknob and it turns smoothly. That's some feather. I push the door open, holding it for Kui Li to enter. Wow, that makes things much more convenient. Could you do anything with the feather? Well, I'm not sure. For simple things, I'm sure I could change all sorts of reality. But say, for huge events, I need to plan out all the components. For example, if I wanted the world to end, I'd have to plan out exactly how. By food shortage? A fire? How would the fire not be put out? Maybe something happened to the fire department's pipe infrastructure? I'd have to break everything down to the smallest components. But I could make it work. Wow. Yeah, wow. You see why I don't like using it though? It's way too much responsibility. Yet you chose to use it over a simple solution, such as me shouldering the door. It would have given away immediately. I just didn't want you to get your paws dirty. Using the feather for something small is the least I could do. It's so strange. It's such a conversation. It's like, shouldn't use it for little things, but I'm going to use it for little things. There's a hallway further along with doors lining it. We check them one by one, but they are all empty. We proceed along the hallway. It leads to a large open room. What kind of building is this? In the center of the room sits a single desk. This must be it. I hope so. You think your brother would just leave something like this? It does look suspiciously easy. My arena senses are tingling. But we did get this far. It's not going to stop me. I march up to the desk and forcefully start opening the drawers. Aha! There's a thick leather-bound book tied closed with a piece of twine. I tug on the twine to unravel it, and the book bursts open. Here, take a look. I flip to the first page. It's a journal? Sure it is. How do dogs write? Do they pinch it in between their paws? Because it looks like they still walk like dogs. I imagine there are many worlds. In theory, I might like to visit them. Is this Kingdom Hearts? There's all sorts of worlds. However, my biggest desire is merely to avoid complicated things. Drama, maintenance of status. It's so troublesome to me. Chun-wen. Is it really okay to be leaving your thoughts sitting out here in the open? Well, they weren't really out in the open. They had to go into a room, and then that room led into a bunch of other rooms, and then they had to find this room with the desk, and then they had to untie the book. I don't know if that was obvious. Well, to be fair, a random dog would be very hard-pressed to even try to break into this place. The building itself reeks of high rate. Yeah, exactly. I didn't really mean it as a serious question. Haha, oops. Maybe you're rubbing off on me, Sid. Oh. Ooh. So any other clues we have here? I quickly check the other drawers in the desk. Empty. I check underneath just to see if there's some hidden compartment. Doesn't seem to be. I knock on the desk in its sides, trying to listen for hollowed sounds. There doesn't seem to be anything odd. A short while later. I guess the journal was the only thing to find at Obsidian Rock Industries. I'll take a look at it when I get home and see if I can figure out what clues Chun-wen left. Sounds good. Keep me posted? I will. Thanks for the help, Queely. As we leave the building, I tie the book shut and clutch it tightly. I never thought my brother to be the type that would keep a journal, actually. I guess there are parts of each other we don't know. Were you too close? Yes. I consider him to be the dog most like me. That turned out to be eerily true when I learned I would face him in the final arena bracket. We had a great time in the plains as puppies. Oh. I think that was the time I saw him the most. After that, we had to live apart from each other. We didn't speak regularly, but I'd see him during the break between an arena bracket or two. You know how after you leave a dog, it's like your life goes on separate branches? It always felt that, no matter how far away our branches grew, they would eventually come back and meet. You'll see if your branches meet again, after you figure out that journal. Though I'm wondering, would you say that this is the furthest your branches have ever been apart? You literally left the island, and it's been so many years. Yeah, I've long known that we would go our separate ways, but I never expected that would be such separate ways. There were some days when I doubted my decisions, that I wondered if my departure from the island divided our branches irredeemably. But I still have the hope that we'll come together again, like I said. Anyway, I'll go and read through this. Question! How long do I take on it? 100 minutes? 500 minutes? Do I want Queely to come with? Not really. Okay, we'll stay silent. Oh, and this one doesn't have a time frame on it. Sounds good. Keep me posted. Let's chat again tomorrow. Sounds good. See you. The next day, I stayed up late reading the journal. I've read roughly 1/3 of it, but so far nothing stands out as a clue. Max left breakfast for me once again. So sweet. I like Max. After devouring the egg crepes, I sit in the armchair and pick up the journal again. Sometime later. I'm hungry. It's still a while till Max gets home from work. I could probably go get something. What's nearby? Okay, what other random dog are we going to run into now? I remember seeing a fried sweet potato stall near here. Or should I get Ayu jelly? It's never not weird that Ayu happens to be the name of the dog and also the name of my favorite drink. Humming a tune, I check for my pendant and turn on Mac's alarm system before stepping out the door. I double check that the door is locked and take the elevator down. Short walk later. In the end, I got both the Ayu drink and sweet potato fries. On the way back, I can't help but reach into the paper bag for a sweet potato fry. Oh, right, I should use the stick. My paws aren't clean. I take the thin bamboo skewer and stick it into the fry. Delicious hot steam comes from the hole I just poked in the... Delicious hot steam comes from the hole I just poked in the thick, freshly fried potato. Delicately, I bring the stick up to my mouth, and then something hits her. Ow! There's another dog! It's gonna challenge her! Hug, where am I? Where is this? Hello, hello. Oh, so now this dog we know right away is xue-la. Oh, why are you... The dog takes out her pendant. I feel mine yanking at my jacket as it is drawn like a magnet to the other pendant. Oh, here we go again. She's much more deserving of the title than me. What confidence I have built up over the years has been shattered by this encounter. No matter what I do, I will never be as good as her. Is this what other dogs felt like when they went against me in the arenas? By pure luck, I prevailed against her. To have to rely on luck, I used to feel I was in control of my fate. Now I understand it's all just a dice roll. What is the use of trying? Even though the end result was good, I feel like there are many dogs that are much more deserving. They were so skilled. What did they do wrong? I grin as I strap myself down. Arena by arena, I'm closer to fulfilling my destiny. I'm going to hold the power of all reality, and dogs will bow down before me. No one will dare stand in the way of my freedom. I've worked so hard since the last arena, and I've come out on top, and so have the dogs in this bracket. Finally, dogs worthy of going head-to-head with me. The familiar sensation of the consciousness fading, yet still being aware and sentient. Like emerging from sleep, waking in a world that is real, yet completely parallel to real life. The emulated reality in which arenas reside. I'm buzzing with anticipation. I'm so ready to eliminate these dogs. In this arena, it doesn't matter that all of us were the top dog in our past brackets. Here, only one of us can be the winner, and the rest losers. These are going to be the most challenging opponents I've ever met. What if they outwit me? No, stop. Take a deep breath, Sid. You're a little nervous, and that is natural. I'm sure everyone is wired up. Okay. So now we're back at 211 for another flashback, which we will get into next episode. This game is frustrating me a little bit because I kind of just want to get to the point. And we keep flip-flopping back and forth and getting introduced to these new characters. But we're gonna press forward. We'll give it a few more tries and see, and maybe I'll just finally get sick of it. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, ring that bell, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all later.